Well, it's great to see both of you. How are you feeling? You haven't been on screen for such a long time now.
Yeah, I feel like it's my first film all over again. I'm being launched again. So yeah, I'm anxious, excited, but in full faith that every film has its own destiny. So there's no real need to fear.
What about you, Bárbara? How are you feeling?
I am very excited. I mean, everything has happened so beautifully, and I think this is a beautiful love story and it's amazing. So I think people will love it. And I'm really excited to be there presenting the movie.
What was your first reaction when you were approached for this film?
Oh, I fall in love with the story. I fall in love with the honest of the story. I thought it was coming from the heart, and I felt everything. I almost crying. I was, my skin. I was really excited and touched by the story.
And Hrithik, you, what did you feel when you first met her?
Well, initially I was a little anxious and skeptical about how it would be. When you are we working with somebody who's from another world, and will we be able to connect on a level where we could form a great team to work, make a beautiful film. But I think as soon as we met, I just recognized her as one of us, and I think we just connected right away. And there were so many similarities, even though she comes from a world apart. But she reacts to we're all human beings, we're all the same, and that's what I've learned from this journey, is that everybody is the same, and we just label them as coming from another world is just a label. Deep inside we have the same fears, the same needs, the same fantasies, the same desires, but we just construct these little boxes around ourselves and recognize the other person with the box that the other person is in. But inside we're all the same, and that's something really beautiful that I learned through the journey of this film.
What would you say was the toughest part of this film, perhaps the most challenging scene?
It's my first English movie, so that was a challenge for me, acting and feeling and crying and feel everything on another language, and being directed by other language and all. And as my first action movie, so I can say the difficult part, it was when we shooting the underwater, because I don't really like the sea, and I was really nervous to shoot inside the water and so deep. I think at the end it worth it because it's looking good.
Yeah, it was a introduction shot, and she had to look all serene and beautiful and relaxed, and she had only 2 hours to train. It usually takes 5 days to properly learn and then take the dive, and she had just 2 hours. But she's really passionate about her work, and she's she just won't give up, and that is something that Kites is really thankful for.
As are you, Hrithik. You are very hardworking and meticulous, and you are coming back to the big screen after a long time. Did you find anything particularly challenging this time around?
I think for me, on just a personal level, I think just to be able to evolve from my earlier approach to the art was the most difficult and the most enlightening experience. To just let go and not worry so much about getting it right. And it's sort of like the director says action, and you let yourself fly. And after he says cut, you really don't know what you did. You had no mind. And that's when true creativity comes out, when you're not really calculating every single moment and trying to fit into a graph that you have perceived in your head for that particular shot. So we just, most of the times, all the scenes that I think we've done were spontaneous. They were improvised, on the spot. All we knew was that this is where it starts and that's where it ends, and how we get from point A to point B was up to us. So you really had to be in the moment and really feel things and let go. So that's something that was new for me.
And this film has many first times, including you lending your voice as a playback singer. How did that feel?
Again, that comes from the attempt and the desperation to be completely honest. You know, there was a situation in the film, and the director said that, well, you know, Jay is going to sing to the person he loves, and it's a moment that is beautiful, and if it has to be shot the way I have imagined it, you have to sing it, because it has to be his voice, and it doesn't matter if you sing it well or you don't. What's important is that you're honest with it, you know. So even if you don't sing it well, it's not important. It looks sweet because it's real. And I had to go along with that. I said, yes, I think what you're saying is right. So it didn't matter, you know, because I'm not a professional singer, and neither is Jay. You know, they're not professional singers, and everybody sings. I mean, you sing in your, you know, maybe in your, yeah.
No.
So everyone sings, you know, in their moments with their friends, or you're alone, or what, you know. So it's one of those moments, but I did give it my best, and it became a song that went into the CDs of the film.
It sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
And the feedback is not bad, so I'm quite relieved.
You're being modest. In conclusion, what do you think about our Bollywood dance numbers?
Oh, long story.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just say you love it.
Yeah, I think it's something really new for us, for my country and all. But I think it's fascinating, you know.
I might just add that, you know, the idea is to be honest to the promise of the film. If the promise of the film is a dhoom, then go ahead, you know, have the item songs and the dances and the adrenaline rush, and, you know, get your popcorn and, you know, have a good time. But if the promise of the film is a slice of life, if the promise of the film is kites, then you have to be, everything that happens in the film has to be organically true, as a natural progression of things. You know, in that, if you try and instill or just, you know, thrust in something that is going to evoke that kind of reaction that you've relived or lived in Dhoom, then it's being completely dishonest to the film. So I don't believe in such films anymore. You know, if you want to make a Dhoom, I will do it, and I will do it with you know, complete you know, my best work. And then if you want to do a kites, be honest to it, you know. So what matters is if you can be completely honest with your film.